The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you might be, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 19th day of July, 2023. We're with you today for a doubleheader. I'm not sure what the second game is yet because it depends on what happens here in the first game between the Chicago White Sox and Cleveland Indians. The Indians are 5 back of the White Sox. The White Sox, the lead was cut to 6.5 at one point. The White Sox boomed it out to 8 again. And the Indians have cut, and they are doing a weekend series in Cleveland. So this is a Saturday game from September 8, 2001. If the Indians win, we'll do the Sunday game. That will be game 2 of the doubleheader. The other possibility is the Red Sox and the Yankees, who are only 2 games apart. They play this mid-September weekend or early September weekend in 2001. So it's possible that the second game of the doubleheader will be the Red Sox and the Yankees. So that's that for that. We're with you tomorrow and Friday, hopefully at noon, for single games as we get past the week that America took off for the attacks of September 11th. Tomorrow's game will be the Braves and the Phillies from September 17th, 2001. So we are right down to it. 2 weeks pretty much to go in the season. This is game 1. Well, it's more than that. 1, 2. There are 20 games left in the season. So there's 3 weeks left, and we're right down to the brass tacks time. And so that's a setup for you. It's a doubleheader today. Chicago and the Indians, game 1, game 2 to be determined. It could be these two teams. It could be the Red Sox and the Yankees. We'll find out next. As Retro Sports Network presents 2001 in Action PC Season Odyssey. Today, from the Jacobs Field in Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago White Sox. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And it will be CC Sabathia on the hill for Cleveland. He is 8-8 on the year with a 3.53 ERA. Bernie, how are you? Big Dave and Steeler fan, how are you? I'm just putting this on. Let's Play 2. So if I missed something that you specifically asked, we'll get to that. Just say it again. Oh, thank you, Steeler fan, for the new sub. I do appreciate that. Thanks for all you guys do to watch and listen and all that. Sabathia gets the call here. Again, this is not a straight doubleheader, so don't know what game 2 will be. Sabathia making his 29th start, so 4 left after this. 8-8, a 3.53 ERA. CC is 20 years old. Fastball throws it hard at 97, and a fly ball pitcher. He last pitched against the White Sox. We did that game, I'm sure. In fact, he went only 4 innings in the 6-4 loss up at Comiskey. 101 pitches, 4 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 7. The thing is, Sabathia, when he pitches on the stream, his pitch count gets really high, really fast. It's not going to be as much of Bernie as a vote as it is situation, because I'm not sure how many more times these teams play. And really, the Indians are trying to claw their way back in. The Red Sox are only 2 back of the Yankees. So it really depends on who wins this game is who will do the second game. Anyway, Sabathia has thrown 153 innings, and none of them really all that easy. 134 pitches, 63 runs, 60 earned, 10 walks, 10 home runs, 77 walks, and 142 strikeouts. And it's safe to say at this point of CC's career, he is a thrower and not necessarily a pitcher. It'll be Ray Durham leading off for the White Sox at second base. Tony Graffanino at third for Chicago. No Herbert Perry. He's at third. Adil at second. Maggie Ordonez, who may be or maybe not an answer in Immaculate Grid today, is in right field. He'll go third. Paul Konerko cleans up at first. Jose Canseco is the DH. He'll bat fifth. Lee is in left. He'll go sixth. Aaron Rowan in the center, batting seventh. Royce Clayton at short, eighth. And Mark Paul behind the plate will bat ninth. Luke Glover should throw about 90 pitches. Sabathia do it for a gem? Yes, I would think so. Hot in Vermont? Not today. 75 as we get started at 11:35. It's been hot and muggy, and of course we've had all sorts of flooding. Thankfully not here in Burlington, but where my wife grew up got nailed pretty hard. Defensively for Cleveland, it'll be Marty Cordova, a 6 and a 5 in left. Kenny Lofton, a 5 and a 3 in center. That's what you get for looking over there. See, Bernie's just started a new sitcom, a spinoff of Hot in Cleveland, Hot in Vermont. Kareem Garcia is a 2 and a 6 at right, by the way, for the Tribe. Travis Fryman, a 3 at third. Omar Vizquel, a 10 at short. Robbie Alomar, a 10 at second. Jim Thome, a 4 at first. Einar Diaz, an 8 and a 5 behind the plate. And Sabathia is an 8 on the mound with a .960 fielding percentage. Durham digs in at 291, 19 homers, and 75 RBI. And the key for Sabathia is he needs to keep that pitch count low. In Houston at 10:35 this morning, as we are live, 90. Houston is near the water, so they get Florida-type humidity. Feels like 102. 106 in Vegas today, and 111 by Saturday. I remember those days living out in the desert. It's a dry heat. Pitch to Durham. Ray strikes out. A full count curveball in there at the knees. One away for Graffanino. Tony at 364, 3 homers and 16 RBI. And right off the bat, you see the problem with Sabathia. 7 pitches for the first at bat. Tony lines this one into left center. Lofton will throw it back in, and Tony has his 8th double of the year. So here's Ordonez. Maglio at 325. Actually, it was yesterday's Immaculate Grid he was an answer to. 29 home runs and 114 RBI. Oh, so how'd that turn out? Yeah, it's never fun to be stranded. The weather this summer has been irregular at worst or at best. And so, yeah, you're waiting for a tow truck. I'm assuming that you couldn't run the AC in the car. And so we do worry about you guys. We really do. Sabathia deals. Fly ball left center field. Lofton moving over. And Kenny will make the catch. By the way, the weather here in Cleveland on a Saturday, September 8th, 2001, 74 degrees, clear skies, and hardly a breath of wind, about 3 left to right. Here's Konerko. Paul at 286, 28 homers, and 107 RBI. Sabathia's pitch. And there's a line shot, fair ball down the line and left. Graffanino will score with ease. Konerko gets his 41st double of the year, standing at second base. And that'll bring up Jose Canseco, who may or may not be an answer today in Immaculate Grid, hitting .275, 10 homers, and 26 RBI. Sabathia's pitch, and Canseco draws the walk. I don't know what you do. John asks, AC, what kind of job do you think I have? And the answer is, I don't know. You've never shared it. So we talk about Sabathia needing a low pitch count. Well, lo and behold, it's now 1-0 White Sox, as Canseco drew a 3-1 fastball down and in. And now he's thrown 28 pitches here in the top of the first. Here's Carlos Lee at 268, 25 homers, and 92 RBI. All I know is that you're wireless provider does not give you the world's greatest connection. That I know. Runners on first and second. Lee flies this one to Garcia and right. Kareem is over and makes the catch to retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. After half an inning, it's the White Sox 1. Here comes Cleveland. And so Gary Glover, who we've had on a number of times this season, 24 years old, fastball pitcher, 89, and a fly ball pitcher. Going to be a starter the rest of the way. He's making his 7th start. 7-4 with the save on the replay and a 4.45 ERA. Sounds like a train time, 4.45, doesn't it? Against these Indians in a game that we did, I believe, a 6-4 win on September 3rd, 5 2/3, 93 pitches, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and he struck out 4. So Gary, pretty much a Swiss Army knife pitcher, over from wherever, or came up on June 16th. 93 innings, 87 hits, 48 runs, 46 earned, 15 homers, 25 walks, and 56 strikeouts. Any relation to Gary Glitter? Hey! Dun, 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 dun. You'll know if the White Sox score a goal. And if they score a goal, we're in trouble. Kenny Lofton will lead off for Cleveland in center field. Don't need to tell me who you work for, just what you do. Omar Vizquel at short will bat second. Robbie Alomar at second, batting third. Juan Gonzalez, the DH, cleans up. Jim Thome at first, batting fifth. Marty Cordova in his fine Corinthian leather seats in left field, batting sixth. Kareem Garcia in right, batting seventh. Travis Fryman at third, going eighth. Diaz behind the plate, ninth. And Sabathia threw 31 pitches in his half of the first. He's a truck driver. Very nice. Carlos Lee is 6 and a 6 and left as we set the White Sox defense for you. Aaron Rowan to 4 and a 3 in center. Ordonez a 4 and a 9 and right. Are you familiar with Big Rig Travels? I know that's not you. Tony Graffinino was a 6 at third. Royce Clayton an 8 at short. Ray Durham a 7 at second. Paul Konerko an 8 at first. Mr. Paul is a 2 and a 1 behind the plate and stay away from his fish. Glover an 8 on the mound with a 9.60 ERA. Lofton stepping in at 231, 14 homers and 47 RBI. Glover starts the afternoon with a line shot into right field. Ordonez will pick it up on a hop, and that's how this one is. Lofton going to go for 2? Yes, he is. The throw to Clayton is in time. They got him. So Ordonez, who has a very good arm, took advantage of Lofton and his speed. And so it's a single and then a 9-6 put out at second. So 1 away for Omar Vizquel. Omar at 270, 4 homers and 52 RBI. So this one in the left, Mr. Lee makes the catch. 2 out. So a base running blunder from the Indians. That's why you never want to make the first out or the last out on the bases. Here's Robbie Alomar, Roberto at 331, having a magnificent season, 18 homers and 91 RBI. Again, this is game 142 for both teams. 74 and sunny in Rochester. It's at 75 here in Burlington. Yeah, we finally have nice summer weather. Pitch to Roberto. Ball 4, a 2-out walk. Runner on first for Juan Gonzalez at 342, 30 homers, and 119 RBI. 1-0 White Sox as we play the bottom of the first. There's a ground ball to Durham. Ray throws it to second to get the force there, and that will retire the side. No runs a hit. The Indians leave on a man after 1. It'll be 1-0 Chicago. Ah, I jinxed him. There's a special podcast that we're taping tonight, but no, the one where we have pretty much everyone on will be number 200, and that will be, I believe, in early September. But we are taping tonight, and the guest is Dave Gardner. Yes, he will be a guest on his own show. Aaron Rowan leads off the second. Aaron at 289, 5 homers, and 18 RBI. So the extravaganza show will be number 200. Tonight will be 193. Pitch to Rowan. Walked him. So I'll bring up Royce Clayton. Rowan definitely a threat to steal. Clayton at 273, 10 homers and 55 RBI. I don't think it'll be on YouTube. Depends on when he puts it together. But it will not be not a live show, just a regular show. Throw to first, and Rowan is back. Clayton swings, ground ball, might be to Alomar, takes it to the bag himself at second. And if he throws to Thome, it'll be late. He does not. Clayton reaches on the fours. A 1 out for Josh Paul. Josh at 287, 3 homers and 15 RBI. There goes Clayton, a throw down to Alomar, and Royce is out. So 2 out. Alomar had to leap for it and then put on the quick tag. So Diaz and Alomar exchange thumbs up, 2 out for Paul with a 1-strike count. Sabathia deals, fly ball to left. Better inning for CC pitch count wise. Cordova makes the catch, and after an inning and a half, no runs, no hits, no errors, it's the White Sox 1, the Indians 0. So Gary Glover will face Thome, Cordova, and Garcia here in the second. Jim at 310. Not going to hit his 49 home runs he hit in the real year, but 31 is not chopped liver. And again, 20 games left, including this. Thome hits a high ground ball to first. Konerko takes it to the bag. 1 out. For Cordova, Marty at 305, 16 homers, and 68 RBI. Struck him out. Glover got him to look at an 0-2 curve. So 2 out for Kareem Garcia. Kareem at 333, 2 homers, and 6 RBI. And 2 quick outs here for Glover in the second. Slow chopper to first. Konerko underhands it to Glover, and the Indians go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third here in the first of our who knows where we're going next doubleheader. It's the White Sox 1, the Indians 0. So top of the lineup now for the Chi Sox, Durham, Graffinino, and Ordonez. Ray struck out his first time up. Sabathia, here's his problem in a nutshell, 41 for his opening 9 on 2 innings. 2 hits and 2 walks. Although, to be fair, he did get out of the second on 10 pitches. Struck him out. An 0-2 hard fastball swung on and missed. 1 out. For Graffinino, who doubled and scored. We've had a couple people want to come on the show, and we're trying to arrange that for some future guests. Pitch to Graffinino. There's a ground ball left side, base hit. Cordova will pick it up. Graffinino reaches with a single, and he's got some good speed. Ordonez stepping in with a 15-game hitting streak. 0 for 1. Sabathia throws to first, and Graffinino is back. Fly ball left field. Back goes Cordova. should stay in the yard, and Marty makes the catch just short of the track. Tony goes back to the bag at first. 2 out for Konerko, who doubled his first time up. Sabathia takes a deep breath and deals. And there's a slasher down the line and left. Cordova should have had it. He does not. Graffinino's going to score all the way from first with ease as Konerko has his 42nd double of the year. And the White Sox take a 2-0 lead. I suppose if the White Sox win, it kind of makes Game 2 academic. It will be the Yankees and the Red Sox. Here's Canseco, who walked his first time up. Struck him out. Sabathia got one in on the inside corner, and that will retire the side. But the White Sox get 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the third here in Cleveland, 2-0 Chicago. So Travis Fryman will lead off here in the third. Travis at 222, 3 homers, and 27 RBI. Glover deals, and there's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So the White Sox, again, as we said in the open, the White Sox had their lead cut to 6. It was double digits. They got it back up to 8, and the Indians have clawed this back to 5. And there's no wild card coming out of any of the American League, East or Central. That is either going to be Seattle or Oakland. They are virtually playoff teams now. The order hasn't been determined. So this means an awful lot. Diaz at 279, 3 homers, and 51 RBI. Pitch to Diaz is a ground ball to Glover. Goes to Durham for 1, and Konerko for 2. So 1-4-3 on the double play. 2 out for Kenny Lofton, who singled his first time up. Glover, his opening 9, 47 pitches, 2 2/3, 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Bernie, by the way, is doing a wonderful job with the 1912 Red Sox. Absolutely have watched a couple of those and enjoyed them. Pitch to Lofton. There's a liner in the right field. That's going to drop in front of Ordonez. And Lofton has a single. That is the 3rd hit for Cleveland. Remember, Lofton was thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double in the first. Vizquel is 0 for 1. And Vizquel draws the walk. Nothing against the replay using that for a stream, but Bernie does what we all do. Not finding fault with this at all, but when you play a cards and dice game, whether it's virtual or on the table, I think we all kind of get lost into playing the cards and dice game. Oh, you did go live. But one of the reasons why I think Action PC works so well is all that is under the hood. And although you don't see it, we do post the outcome box so you see what could possibly happen. You're seeing it as a game as opposed to a cards and dice game, if that makes any sense. Alomar, by the way, walked his first time up. Lofton on second. Vizquel on first. 2 out, bottom of third. White Sox up 2-0. Glover delivers. Slow ground ball to third. Graffinino over to Durham for the easy play at second, and that will retire the side. The Indians, no runs, 2 hits. They've now left on 3. After 3, 2-0 Chicago. So Lee, Rowand, and Clayton. Bernie says PC replay is easier to broadcast. Action PC is more entertaining. Okay. Carlos Lee is 0 for 1. There's a fly ball left field. Cordova makes the catch, 1 out. For Rowand, who drew a walk his first time up. Sabathia if he can kind of settle in there, he can get through 6. Struck him out. Rowan got a 1-2 changeup that he just swung right through. Sabathia learning how to mix those changeups in with those hard fastballs. 2 out for Clayton. And Royce is 0 for 1. Base hit left field. Lofton will pick it up. Royce with a hard turnaround goes to second and is in there with a double. Lofton kind of lollygagged it, and Royce just took advantage. Big Dave says enjoying the Brunies broadcast, and he's not a Red Sox fan. Well, he is when they play the Yankees. Josh Paul is 0 for 1. And he draws the walk. So Sabathia was having an easy inning. And instead of now being able to look like he can go 6, he's going to have trouble getting through the 5th. Here's Durham. Ray has struck out twice. So 18 batters for Sabathia, 90 pitches. 3 2/3, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. You don't strike me as a Met fan, Dave, so I'm going to go Indians, Pirates, or Jays. Pitch to Durham. Struck him out. So Sabathia works hard, but gets through it. No runs, a hit, and the White Sox strand 2 after 3.5, 2-0 Chicago. So here are the standings. The Yankees and Red Sox are a game apart. Chicago and Cleveland are 5 apart. Seattle and Oakland are 3 apart. That's true, but PC Replay, the viewers could see the cards and results as opposed to actually streaming the cards and dice game. It is so tricky to do cards and dice well, just because, yeah. And no, it's a Richard Hanna game, so you get the full experience. It's a good game. National League, Florida, 2 over the Phils, 2.5 over Atlanta. In the Central, buy your playoff tickets at enronpark.com as the Astros lead the Cubs by 11.5. In the West, San Francisco leads Arizona by 3.5. And I think it's pretty much curtains for Colorado and the Dodgers. Wild cards, if we were to start today, would be Arizona and Oakland. So it would be Houston and Arizona, San Francisco and Florida. Those would be the 2 National League series. In the American League, it would be Chicago, Oakland, and Seattle and New York. Because you can't play against your own division in the divisional round. Juan Gonzalez, 0 for 1. Glover starts the 4th. Ground ball to 3rd. Graffinino throws to 1st for the out. I didn't even take a drink during that. Here's Jim Thome. Jim is 0 for 1. Chopper to 2nd. Durham picks it up. Throws to 1st for the out. Here's Cordova. Marty is 0 for 1. He struck out. The lone K by Gary Glover. Got him again. How about that? Swung on a junk ball, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Cleveland goes quietly in the 4th. To the top of the 5th we go. 2-0 White Sox. And Sabathia, again, 95 pitches through 4 innings. Graffinino, who is 2 for 2. He has single, doubled, and scored twice. Ordonez and Konerko, who has driven in both the runs for Chicago. I know Konerko is in the Hall of Fame. But can you think of anyone else from this era, the early part of the 21st century, who is as underrated and maybe underappreciated as Paul Konerko? Pitch to Graffinino. There's a ground ball to Vizquel. Omar has it. Throws to Thome for the 1st out. Here's Ordonez. Maggie is 0 for 2. Fly ball, left field. Cordova. 2 out for Konerko, who has doubled twice, now driven in 2. He has 109 RBI and is hitting .288. Line drive to Fryman, and that will be the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Halfway home, game 1 of our doubleheaders. We're coming into high noon here in the East. A beautiful day in Burlington, 2-0 White Sox. Well, if you join us, or if you're just joining us now for what would be the normal noontime Wednesday stream, it's a doubleheader day, and so we're halfway through game 1 with the White Sox leading 2-0. Paul Konerko has 2 doubles, 2 RBI doubles, as a matter of fact. 1 in the first to make it 1-0, and 1 in the third to make it 2-0. Cleveland had their chances in the third and failed to score on 2 hits and a walk. So Gary Glover, hey, a 3-hitter through 4, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Sabathia through 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 5, and he probably will get a couple batters in the 6th. Glover will face Kareem Garcia, Travis Fryman, and Einar Diaz here in the bottom of the 5th. Kareem is 0 for 1. Pitch from Glover. Ball 4. For Travis Fryman, who singled his first time up. Garcia not a threat to steal. Struck him out. And 0-2, curveball in there. 1 out for Einar Diaz, who is 0 for 1. He has grounded into a double play. Bernie, what drew you to 1912, outside of it being a championship year and the first year at Fenway? Diaz swings into left center. Rowand will make the catch, and Garcia back to the bag. And that'll do it for Glover. Really? Sean Lowe coming in. We got a pitching change. This game coming to you from Jacobs Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Lowe is 30 years old. Wonder if he's related to Derek. Throws the curve at 84 and a ground ball pitcher. He's 9-3 for the Chi Sox with 3 saves and an earned run average of .420. Smoke him if you got him. Sean's last outing, as he makes his 33rd of the season, was 4 days ago against the Tigers in a 10-3 win. He got the start and went the distance. 9 innings, 118 pitches, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a homer, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Overall for Lowe, 109 in the 3rd innings, 110 hits, 54 runs, 51 earned, 16 homers, 20 walks, and 58 strikeouts. Lowe made 11 starts on the replay, so he is bullpen the rest of the way. So Garcia on first. Lowe can go through and pitch a while. Lofton is 2 for 2. Kenny is singled twice. Was the first time up. Thrown out. Trying to stretch a single into a double. Gardner says it's too hot for baseball. Not up here, it's not. Pitch to Lofton. Struck him out. So through 5, no runs, no hits, no errors. Poor Glover can't get the win, but he's up 2-0. Bernie answered the question that I asked. I was watching Beatles Eternally and Steve Tate play Dead Ball Aaron. It looked interesting. Beatles' suggestion was 1912. I think for you, that's a good suggestion. 1908, I think, is the pony year because the races are so good in both leagues. Here's Canseco. He has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Draws the walk. And Sabathia will give him one more batter. He's thrown 110 pitches. He's walked 4. Carlos Lee is 0 for 2. Diaz and Sabathia have a word. CC delivers. Fly ball right field. Garcia will make the catch. I'm going to take a pill. One out. And it's going to be water next, baby. Okay, so with one out, then a hard swallowed pill. Here's Aaron Rowand. Aaron has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Jamie, how are you? The Federal League would be good for some odd teams. Yes, I would agree. Jamie's been a sub for 3 years. Not consecutively, but for 3 years. Wow. Go Sox. How you doing? Birdie says I managed to take a team that won 112 games, I'm assuming he's talking about the Red Sox, and turned them into a 500 team. It is the Boston thing to do, Birdie. Here's Rowand. As we said, a walk and a strikeout, 0 for 1. Aaron hits a ground ball to Vizquel. Let's see if they can turn 2 here. Nope, only play is to first, and they're not going to get anybody, I don't think. Nope, Rowand beat it out. Let me gulp down my coffee so I can drink the water. Close enough. So Go Sox in the house quite happy about that. Chicago a 5-game lead over Cleveland. Yeah, I think Jamie was one of the first subs, John. All right, who can I go with here for Cleveland? Ryan Drees, D-R-E-S-E. Comes in, he's 1-1, a 3.45 ERA. Oh, a credit card that was expired. No worries. I'm just looking at that going, my goodness, 3 years. We've done, we're coming to the end of our 5th year in about a month on this channel, being my full-time whatever it is I do. Drees 1-1, a 3.45 ERA, making his 6th appearance, 25 years old, fastball at 91, and a ground ball pitcher. Faced the Red Sox 3 days ago in a 3-2 win. He got the win. 2 innings, 33 pitches, a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. Overall, 15 2/3, 12 hits, 6 runs all earned, a homer. He has walked 5 and struck out 7. Jamie, by the way, releasing the first edition of the Sports Gaming Journal in a while. And we can tell he watches too much of the show because he was saying nice things about Bob Stanley in one of the articles. Golf might be coming up soon. Right now, the focus is getting through the regular season here of 2001, which I expect your White Sox to be in the playoffs. And then the off season where golf will be there. I've been playing a bunch of ASG golf. Here's Royce Clayton. Royce is 1 for 2. He has doubled. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Chicago 2, Cleveland nothing. Pitch to Clayton. Struck him out. So Drees got him on an 0-2 fastball. Well, they've come close, and they built the lead back up to 8.5. And now it's 5. Josh Paul is 0 for 1. He is walked. They lead 2-0, and they're into the Cleveland bullpen now here in the 6th with 2 out. Right back to Dries, over to Toby at first, and that will retire the side. Shy Sox, no runs, a hit, no errors. They've left on 7 after 5.5, 2-0. White Sox. So Vizquel, Alomar, and Gonzalez to face Lowe. Omar is 0 for 1 with a walk. Are Sean and Derek related? Right back to Lowe. Throws to first, 1 out. For Alomar, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Ball 4, so Robbie draws the 1 out walk. Full count fastball, just missed outside. For Juan Gonzalez, who is 0 for 2. Throw to first, and Alomar is back. And now you might be able to steal it. He goes. Paul with a ramen noodle arm throws down to Durham, and Robbie has his 32nd steal of the year. So let's see what they do with Gonzalez. A 1-0 count. They pitch to him. Ground ball to third. Graffinino over to Konerko for the out. We've done, of course, a bunch of White Sox games because they are in first. It's a fun team. You could surprised at how much of that 05 World Series team was already in place. Here's Jim Thome. He is 0 for 2. 2 out. Low deals. Got him! And so it's a combined shutout so far. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 7th in game 1, 2-0 Chicago. So Dries to face the top of the White Sox lineup. Durham is 0 for 3. He has taken the collar and struck out 3 times. There's a ground ball to first. Thome, 1 out. Here's Graffinino. Tony 2 for 3 rather. Single, a double, and has scored both of the White Sox runs. To short. Vizquel over to Thome for the out. Here's Ordonez. Maggie is 0 for 3. 2 out here in the 7th. 3 steals into center field. Lofton moving over into right center, and it's stretch time. 2-0 Chicago. So the White Sox went in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. It'll be Cordova, Garcia, and Fryman for Cleveland. Marty is struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Low kicks and fires, and Marty draws the walk. It's a beautiful day in Cleveland. 80 degrees, no wind at all. Here's Kareem Garcia, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. And Lowe walks him, so 2 on, nobody out. Paul didn't like the call. Neither did Lowe. Now they need to compose themselves. Here's Travis Fryman. Travis is 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. So the tying run is on for Cleveland here in the 7th. Hooked him up. Paul doffs the mask, says a couple kind words to the umpire, and makes the catch. 1 out. That brings up Einar Diaz, who was 0 for 2. He has already grinded into 1 double play. Fouls it off the mask of Paul, and the umpire says, let's just go. So Paul and Jose Feliciano not having a good relationship behind the plate. He just thought he had to worry about Mrs. Paul. 1 strike count now to Diaz. Low deals. Line drive right field. That's a base hit that's going to get all the way past Ordonez. Cordova scores to make it 2-1. Here comes Garcia, but he's going to hold. So second and third, 1 out, and the Indians are on the board. It's now 2-1. Bernie is trying to find his chief Wahoo voodoo doll. Here's Kenny Lofton, who is 2 for 3. Kenny has singled twice, struck out, and was thrown out in the first, trying to stretch a single into a double. To Lowe. Runners have to hold, and Lofton is out. So 2 on and 2 out for Vizquel, who was 0 for 2 with a walk. Ground ball to third. Graffinino can't make the play, and the ball game is tied. It's off his glove, and that's the first error, and it's 2-2. So Graffinino gets charged with an error. Runners on the corners for Alomar, who is 0 for 1. The Indians, who won this division in real life, trying to scratch and claw back. Little ground ball to Konerko. Paul takes it to the bag himself, and that'll do it. But that error is huge as the Indians get 2 runs on a hit and an error. We go to the 8th here at the Jake, 2-2. So Konerko, Canseco, and Lee to face Dries, who is working through his second full inning. Konerko has doubled twice and driven in both of the White Sox runs. Slow ground ball to second. Alomar over to first. 1 out. For Canseco, who has walked twice and struck out. He's not taken the bat off his shoulders. And Chris Singleton will pinch hit. Chris, as a DH, so you don't pinch hit for the DH. 316 the average. 9 triples, 5 homers, and 39 RBI. Dries winds and fires. Struck him out. A full count fastball on the inside corner, 2 out. For Carlos Lee, who is 0 for 3. And so it's fingernail chewing time here in Cleveland. Lee into right center. That's extra bases. Garcia got a bad jump, and Lee is into second with his 33rd double. Yeah, Jose not liking being pinch hit for, but at this point in his career, he's just glad to be getting a big paycheck. Here's Aaron Rowand. Aaron is 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and struck out. Chopper to short. Vizquel towards the bag at third. Throws it over to Tomey. And Rowand is retired. So Dries looking good. Bob Howery coming in to pitch for the White Sox in the 2-2 tie. Howery, as we start the bottom of the 8th, is making his 64th appearance. He is 4-2, 2 saves, an earned run average of .331. Bob, 27, fastball at 93, and a ground ball pitcher. Last pitched against the Indians Friday night and took the loss 5-4. So last night, technically in game terms, 2/3 of an inning, a run, a hit, 17 pitches. It was earned, a walk, and a strikeout. So Howery coming back to the scene of the crime. He is, by the way, the pitcher of record now for the White Sox. 70 2/3, 72 hits, 28 runs, 26 earned, 6 homers. He has walked 23 and struck out 60. Gonzalez, Tomey, and Cordova here in the 8th for Cleveland. Wangan is 0 for 3. However, starts the appearance with a ground ball to Clayton at short. Over to Konerko. We'll spit that all out. 1 away. So here's Tomey. Jim is 0 for 3 with the K. He has now struck out 173 times in this replay. And he goes down again. A 2-2 fastball swung on and missed. That wasn't even in the area code. So here's Cordova. A walk, 2 strikeouts, and a run scored, and he's 0 for 2. That's in the center field. Rowan has to play that on a hop. And a 2-out single. So that's the 5th hit for Cleveland. Here's Kareem Garcia. Has walked twice, scored, and is 0 for 1. Howery deals. Fly ball, right field. Ordonez in the corner. That ball is going. It's gone! Kareem Garcia, a 2-out, 2-run homer here in the 8th. And it's now 4-2 Cleveland. Yep, told you so. So it looks like it'll be the Indians. Well, we'll see what the Red Sox do. But the Indians doing some business here in the 8th. It'll be Clayton, Paul, and Durham for the White Sox in the 9th. But first, they need to get Travis Fryman, who is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. And for the 2nd consecutive day, Bob Howery looks like he's going to wear goat horns. Pitch to Fryman. Ground ball, right side, base hit. What in the name of George Hendrick is going on here? And that'll do it for Howery. Alan Embry coming in. They got a pitching change. This game coming to you from the Jake in Cleveland. Embry over from the Giants, making his 31st appearance. The good news is, it is called baseball, but my name is not Susan. Embry 4-1 since coming over on June 30th from San Francisco, and an earned run average of .632. He's 31 years old, fastball at 90, and a fly ball plus pitcher. He pitched yesterday, and that 5-4 loss. Went 1 inning, 11 pitches, and allowed a hit. 31 1/3, 35 hits, 22 runs, all earned. He's given up 6 homers, 9 walks, and 33 strikeouts. You just never know. How you doing, Mike from the truck? So Diaz 1 for 3, a double, an RBI, and a double play. So Cleveland has come back with a vengeance here in the later innings. Pitch to Diaz. Struck him out. And here we go. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. We go to the 9th here at Jacobs Field. 4-2 Cleveland. So the White Sox need 2 to tie and 3 to go ahead. And remember, this is the first of 2. Don't know the game 2 yet. It still could be the Red Sox and the Yankees. 2 runs, 7 hits, and error for Chicago. They have left on 8. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And the Indians have left on 8. And Kareem Garcia had to take a curtain call when he went and take out of the crowd when he went out to field and right after his home run put the Indians ahead. So Clayton 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout. Dries, for the moment, will stay in. Jose Valentin's going to pinch hit. 17 at 292, 24 homers, and 71 RBI. As a pinch hitter, 158 with 2 solo homers. Wickman has gone the last 4 days, so he is unavailable. David Risky is warming up, but Dries will be allowed to put on a base runner if need be, or will pitch count wise. Ryan wants to finish this. Ball 4, and that'll be it for Dries, as the tying run is now Josh Paul. Josh 0 for 2 with a walk. And Mr. Risky will come in to close this one out. If you're an Indian fan, David is 2-1 with a save. He's making his 17th appearance. This is his ball game, by the way. A 4.91 ERA. David is 24. Throws a hard splitter at 95 and is a ground ball pitcher. Wickman, as we said a moment ago, has thrown the last 4 games for Cleveland as they try to get in. Risky hasn't pitched since August 28th, so he's on full rest. And 8-2 loss to Boston. 2 1/3, 40 pitches, a solo homer, that being the lone hit, but 4 strikeouts. So overall for David, 18 1/3, 16 hits, 10 runs all earned, 2 homers, 11 walks, and 19 strikeouts. And Jamie says in the chat he is aptly named. You'd think with a name like Risky that his nickname would be Prudential or Geico or something like that. If his name was Jake, his nickname would be State Farm, wouldn't it? Josh Paul is 0 for 2 with a walk, and he is the tying run. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th. 4-2 Indians. Risky deals. There's a base hit in the left field. Cordova will pick it up. And it's first and second. Nobody out for Ray Durham, who has struck out 3 times today. He is 0 for 4. Ball 4, and they're loaded. And there is still nobody out for Tony Graffinino, who is 1 for 2. You're welcome, Steeler fan. Talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. Tony is 2 for 4. He has scored both the White Sox runs. They came on doubles from Paul Konerko. And Tony can be the hero right now. Bases loaded, nobody out. 4-2 Cleveland. Risky, deep breath. Drops one down. Risky. We're going to try for 2. Alomar for 1 and Tomey for 2. Valentin will score to make it 4-3. And so that is the ultimate 2 for the price of 1 special. And let's see what they do with Ordonez. You got Konerko on deck. The tying run is on third. 2 out. Risky trying to nail down a second save of the replay. Ordonez is 0 for 4. Paul on third. Base hit left field. We're tied up. Somewhere in internet world, Go Sox 2000 has passed out. The White Sox have tied this ball game at 4. Jamie, channeling his inner Todd B, baseball demos, Tribe fan, he could have tried for a DP at the plate, but that was too risky. Yes, indeed, Jamie, it was. So here's Konerko, who has 2 RBI. He has 2 doubles. Ordonez is going to be glued to first. He is the go-ahead run. It'll be Lofton, Vizquel, and Alomar in the 9th for Cleveland. Risky and Diaz have a word. Singleton on deck. Popped up, left side. Cardiac time here in Cleveland. How about that? 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and the White Sox have tied this up. After 8.5, it's the White Sox 4, the Indians 4. Remember, if we go past 1 Eastern, and this game is still going on, no doubleheader. So Lofton, Embry's still a pitch. Who can hit a September lineup so we can change? Who can hit a lefty? Russell Branyan will pinch hit. Reverse splits. 213 for Russell, 15 homers, 52 RBI. As a pinch hitter, he has 5 RBI and is hitting .313. So 4-4 the score here in the bottom of the 9th. Embry starts the inning. Line drive right side. Canerco can't get it. A ball and 2 strikes. And somebody from Akron made that catch. So it's fingernail chopping time here in Cleveland. The 1-2 to Branyan. Struck him out. Got him on a curveball. And that'll bring up Vizquel, who was 0 for 3 with a walk. Embry takes a deep breath and deals. Popped up. Left side. Valentin is there. Jose is 7 at third, 2 out. And with 2 out, I'm going to let Embry pitch. Nobody on for Alomar. Save Folk for when you need it. Or say, yeah. Alomar 0 for 2. 2 walks and a stolen base. 4-4, 2 out, bottom of the 9th. Alomar chops one to short. Graffinino, not a great shortstop, throws to first and makes the play. So, free baseball here at the Jake. After 9, no runs, no hits, no errors. White Sox 4, Cleveland 4. So, Chris Singleton Milton Bradley, a Parker Brothers game, is your new center fielder. And he will be the leadoff man. He's a 4 and a 3 in center. We do have help in the pen. It's not great. Danny Baez will be next to go. Chris Singleton struck out his first time up. 4 runs, 9 hits, an error for Chicago, and they left on 9. Cleveland, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they have left out 8. Singleton, ground ball over the mound. Alomar on the grass. Easy throw to first, 1 out. Brings up Carlos Lee. Carlos is 1 for 4 with a double. Long drive, left field, long gone. And so the reward was not worthy of the risk. And Carlos Lee makes it 5-4 White Sox here in the 10th. Cordova just turned and watched it go, and that ball's on the concourse. Gardner hopes it goes 17. Nope, still here. So here's Rowan. That'll be it for David. Baez coming in. 5-4 Chicago, 1 out here in the 10th. Dave hopes it goes 17. Baez making his 38th appearance. He's 6-0 with a save and a 1.46 ERA. Danny's 23, Throws a splitter at 94 and is a fly ball plus pitcher. He last pitched against the Red Sox on the 6th, so 2 days ago. 5-4 win, which he picked up the win. An inning and 2/3, 26 pitches, a solo home run, that was a lone hit, and 3 strikeouts. 49 1/3 innings for Danny's, 27 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned, the 2 homers. He has walked 7 while striking out 54. Rowan 1 for 3. He has walked, singled, and struck out. Juan Gonzalez, Jim Toby, and Marty Cordova for the Indians in the bottom of the 10th. Baez deals. Rowan slaps it to third. Fryman over to first for the out. So 2 away for Valentin. Jose came in as a pinch hitter and is nursing a 10-game hitting streak. He walked and scored in the 9th. Struck him out. So Keith Folk will now come in to pitch and tries to slam the door. We go to the bottom of the 10th here at the Jake. It's the White Sox 5, the Indians 4. Folk, 60th appearance. He is 2-1, 39 saves, a 1.53 ERA. He's 28 years old, a changeup pitcher at 90, and a ground ball plus pitcher. He picked up the save 4 days ago in a 7-5 win over the Tigers. A 6-out save. Everyone please don't pass out at once. 25 pitches and a strikeout. Overall, Keith, 64 2/3, 36 hits, 11 runs, all earned, 5 homers, 18 walks, 68 strikeouts. He has only blown 1 save all year. And we had it here on the channel. And in 3 years, as Bernie says, he'll get the biggest save of his life. And how? Juan Gonzalez is 0 for 4. Dangerous lineup for Cleveland, and Folk will have to get around if he wants to win. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. So Gonzalez, again, always has power. Strikes out. Folk got him. A 1-2 changeup. Juan Gon wanted the fastball, and instead he's gone. So here's Jim Thome. He is 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. 5 runs, 10 hits, an error for Chicago. They have left on 9. The Indians, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they have left on 8. Pitch to Thome. Struck him out. So a good morning and a good afternoon. And here is Marty Cordova, who is 1 for 3. He has singled, scored twice, walked, and struck out. So last chance saloon for the Indians, who just need 1 to tie. Folk, 2 batters, 9 pitches. Rears back. Cordova, ground ball to Graffinino. Tony's throw to first is in time, and the White Sox win it. So how about that? Cleveland with 2 in the 9th to tie. And then a solo home run in the 10th from Carlos Lee. So in 4 hours and 12 fake minutes, the White Sox moved to 88 and 54. How about that? Remember, it's a doubleheader. 5 runs, 10 hits, and an error for Chicago. 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for Cleveland. The White Sox left on 9. Cleveland left on 8. Alan Embry, 5-1 now on the year. Poor Lowe. He pitched too well to get the blown save. That was Bob Howery's miss. Keith Folk picks up his 40th save of the replay. And David Risky got a piece of the rock the wrong way. 2-2 with the blown save. If the Indians somehow win this division, Sabathia has got to go longer than 5 1/3 innings. Yep, Chicago is reminding me a bit of those 78 Rangers. I wonder if they'll have Ron Gitter to kick around the playoffs. So the lead is 6 and the magic number is 15. Let's take a look to see what the second game of the doubleheader is going to be. Detroit beats Toronto 4-1. Parachute 4-1. Roy Halladay 7-5. Anderson is 15th save. Yankees beat the Red Sox 4-3. Tino Martinez hits his 30th. Stanton 5-2. Rodbeck 4-6. I saw Mo Rivera had a save. The Cardinals beat the Dodgers 9-4. Mark McGwire 2 hits, a homer, and 5 RBI. Albert Pujols 3 for 4, 27th and drives in 2. Alan Bennis 1-1. Baldwin 3-4. Cubs beat the Braves 6-5. Kevin Tapani 9-6. Tom Lavin 9-9. Sanchez 3 for 4, 2 RBI and a triple. San Francisco, they're looking mighty invincible right now. They double and change Colorado 9-4. Kirk Reeder 12-7. Jennings 1-3. Barry Bonds hits his 48th. He goes 1 for 2 and drives in 3-12. Tampa beats Oakland. Wow, 7-6. Standridge 2-2. Isringhausen goes to 7-5. Eric Chavez 3 for 6, his 32nd, drives in 2. Reds beat the Pirates 4-3. Elmer Desson's 8-9. Anderson 10-11. Aaron Boone 3 for 4, his 14th in the stolen base. Philadelphia 11-1 in Montreal. Randy Wolf 10-6. Tomo-Oka 2-4 for the Spos. Scott Rowland 2 for 4, his 25th of the year, and drives in 3. Marlins beat the Mets 8-2. Ryan Dempster 12-10. Chen 3-1. Castillo 2 for 5, 2 RBI and a triple. Milwaukee, despite Moises Alou's 30th homer, beats Houston 11-4. Quevedo 2-1. Valone 4-3. Jeremy Burnett's 3 for 5, his 31st and a triple. Kansas City 9-3 over Texas. George 4-1. Kolb 1-1. Feebles 4 for 4 with 2 stolen bases. San Diego over Arizona 9-6. Lawrence 6-4. Anderson falls to 6-9. Craig Counsell 2 for 4, his 5th of the year, and drives in 2. Arizona still in the driver's seat for the Wild. Well, maybe not the driver's seat. The Cubs have cut it to a game and a half. Seattle wins their 96. They beat Baltimore 2-1. Halama 8-4. Buddy Groom 2-9. Suzuki is 37 save. And last but not least, Anaheim 8, Minnesota nothing. Darren Erstad 4 for 5, drives in 4 and hits his 9th. Rapp 11-10. Reed falls to 3-2. And so the second half of the doubleheader will indeed be the Red Sox and the Yankees. Hideo Nomo and Andy Pettitte next.
Play ball!
Well, just like that, we made the trip from Cleveland to New York. It's a beautiful day here at Yankee Stadium, this September 9th. It's the Liar Liar doubleheader. We got Jose Canseco and Hideo Nomo. So the Red Sox somehow, some way, are only 2 games behind the New York Yankees. This is game 141 for the Red Sox and game 143 for the Yankees. The Red Sox have made this close, and they, again, just like with the White Sox and the Indians, there's no wild card coming out of here. It is whoever wins is going to get it. Yeah, a doubleheader, Mike from the truck. Enjoy your burger while listening to baseball. So the Red Sox are 80 and 60. The Yankees are 83 and 59. Andy Pettitte gets the call for New York. Andy, making his 28th start of the year, is just 10 and 7 with a 3.92 ERA. Andy is a big fan of B12 shots. He's 29 years old, fastball at 90, and a ground ball plus pitcher. He last pitched against the Jays on the 4th, an 8-7 loss where he did not get a decision. 6 innings, 97 pitches, 11 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, a homer, and 3 strikeouts. Andy's been quite hittable this year, 174 and 2/3, 202 hits, 82 runs, 76 earned. He's given up 10 home runs. He has only walked 33 while striking out 142. This will be the lineup he'll face. This is a September lineup for the Red Sox for sure. Chris Steins will lead off at second. Lou Merlone is at short. He'll bat second. Izzy Alcantara is at first, batting third. Bernie, you sure this is what you wanted, right? Manny Ramirez, the DH, cleans up. Dante Bichette in right will bat fifth. Troy O'Leary in left going sixth. Shea Hillenbrand at third, batting seventh. Doug Mirabelli behind the plate bats eighth. And Darren Lewis in center field will go ninth. Hideo Nomo, the downside of as played for sure. Although this Red Sox team was injury plagued. The fact that they got here and having a game played on the stream in September is pretty good. Hideo Nomo should throw about 120 pitches. For the Yankees, Chuck Knobloch is a 4 and a 5 in left. Bernie Williams is 7 and a 3 in center. David Justice is in the field. Holy cow, he's a 3 and a 7 in right. Randy Velarde is a 5 at third. Enrique Wilson, a 4 at short. Alfonso Soriano, a 3 at second. Nick Johnson is a 2 at first. Tino Martinez as a DH. Jorge Posada, an 8 and a 3 behind the plate. And Andy Pettitte is an 8 on the mound. Steins at 265, 8 homers, and 31 RBI. Beautiful day in New York as Steins draws a walk. Chris Steins, the only reason why I remember him is because he's played most of the season and just kind of filled in. I mean, there's no more Nomar, there's no more Veritek, and no more Pedro. So I would expect the Yankees will win this division, but the Red Sox at least have made it interesting. Lou Merlone at 266, a home run, 10 RBI, and is sitting next to Joe Castiglione. Steins on first, not a threat to steal. Merlone in the left field. That's a base hit. Knobloch will pick it up. So first and second, nobody out for Israel Alcantara. Izzy at 214, 3 for 14. On the real year, 263 and 3 RBI. He cannot bunt. Just don't even ask. Struck him out. Pettitte got him to chase an 0-2 fastball. Yeah, he was a nutcase. Oh, yeah. Here's Manny Ramirez. Manny at 312. Look at his stats. That's almost a... If you're wondering how accurate this game is, in real life, 162 hits, 41 homers, 125 RBI, 33 doubles, 2 triples. In replay, 161 hits, 32 doubles, 2 triples, 41 homers, and 125 RBI. First and second, 1 out. Pettitte. Beautiful day, as we said, in New York on this Sunday the 9th. 78 degrees, clear skies, winds blowing out to right at 8. Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi warming up for the U.S. Open men's final, which would have followed on Retro Sports Network. Base hit left side. Wilson can't get there. Will Steins round third and score? No, so the bases are loaded for Dante Bichette at 324, 9 homers, and 47 RBI. So before Nomo can take the mound, let's see if they can get him a lead. 1 out, Steins on third, Merloni on second, and Ramirez on first. Pettit deals. Liner into right, that's going to drop in front of Justice. Steins will score. What's Merloni going to do? Merloni scores. Justice makes a bad play out there. Manny goes to third, and the Red Sox have a 2-0 lead on the ripped single by Dante Bichette. So here's Troy O'Leary. Troy at 238, 14 homers and 49 RBI. Base hit right side. No. Johnson, however, can't make a play on it. He went to put the glove down, and he got Bill Buckner. So O'Leary is safe. Bichette moves to second. Ramirez scores, and it's 3-0 Boston. And Bernie is so glad that we did this game right now. Here's Hillenbrand at 261, 11 homers and 45 RBI. The sellout crowd at Yankee Stadium is a bit stunned. Little chopper down to Wilson. Might be 2. He goes to Soriano for 1. Hillenbrand is going to reach, and Soriano got nailed. He's injured. He'll stay in the game. Runners on the corners, 2 out for Doug Mirabelli at 299, 5 homers and 19 RBI. Bernie's smiling. Struck him out, and that'll do it. But the Red Sox put a 3 spot on the board, 3 hits and an error. After half an inning here at Yankee Stadium, it's the Red Sox 3. Here comes New York. And Mr. No-Hitter is on the mound for the Red Sox, Hideo Nomo. Excuse me. 32 years old. Standard pitcher. Splitter at 94. Making his 29th start. He is 11-6 with a 3.93 ERA. The 95 Rookie of the Year for the Dodgers. Last pitched 5 days ago against the Indians. Lost 8-6. 5 innings, 118 pitches. He was Christmas treed. 8 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned. He gave up 3 home runs. He walked 3 while striking out 4. Overall for Nomo, 171 2/3, 141 hits, 81 runs, 75 earned, 31 homers, 63 walks, and 185 strikeouts. Chuck Knobloch will lead off for the Yankees in left field. Randy Velarde at third will bat second. Bernie Williams in center goes third. Tino Martinez, the DH, will clean up. David Justice in right will bat fifth. Jorge Posada behind the plate goes sixth. Nick Johnson at first batting seventh. How you doing, D. Scott Howard? Alfonso Soriano at second batting eighth. Enrique Wilson at short batting ninth. Andy Pettit threw 31 pitches in his half of the first. Defensively for the Red Sox, O'Leary 5 2 in left. Darren Lewis a 3 and a 6 in center. Dante Bichette, not a great right fielder. He's a 2 and a 5. Hillenbrand a 4 at third. Merloni a 3 at short. Steins a 3 at second. Alcantara a 1 at first. Mirabelli a 6 and 3 behind the plate. And Nomo an 8 on the mound with a 973 fielding percentage. The White Sox beat the Indians in extras in the first game of the doubleheader in 10. I think it was 5-4. And so Chicago's lead is back up to 6 in the American League Central. Chuck Knobloch at 225, 4 homers and 28 RBI. Nomo starts his afternoon, a ground ball bunt. And Knobloch's going to reach. He just dropped that one down and says there will be no no-hitters on this channel, young man. So nobody out. Knobloch a threat to steal with Velarde up. Randy at 188 with an RBI. Nomo throws to first. Knobloch is back. And Nomo walks Filardi, and the Yankees have 2 on and nobody out. Bernie Williams at 279, 23 homers, a 90 RBI. And this will not be where we discussed what a shutdown inning is. Ball 4, and they're loaded. Turn that frown upside down. So here's Tino Martinez. He's at 281, 30 homers, and 95 RBI. The Yankees, with nobody out, trailing 3-0 here in the first, have the bases loaded. Tino, line drive right back to Nomo, and everybody's glued to the bag. 1 out. Oh, baby. Looky what I found. And so that'll bring up David Justice at 275, 17 homers, and 59 RBI. To third, they might get 2 out of this. Hillenbrand goes to Steins for 1. The throw to first is just not going to happen. Knobloch will score as Bernie broke up the double play. So 2 out, Yankees on the board in a 3-1 ball game. And now I'll bring up Posada at 290, 17 homers, and 65 RBI. Filardi on third, Justice on first. Struck him out. So Nomo, he was a weeble wobble. He wobbled, but the Yankees couldn't put him all the way down. A run on a hit and no errors. After 1 here at the stadium, 3-1 Boston. Gonna grab a cough drop. I'll be right back. Still smiling. Double bag these things, but it's been so humid that it's starting to crystallize. Darren Lewis at 333, no homers and 16 RBI. Pettit starts the second. Chopper over the mound. Wilson on the grass has to come fish it out. Throws to Johnson, and Lewis is retired. 1 out for Steins. It was 0 for 1. With a walk, or scored. Doesn't have an at-bat. Opening 9 for Pettit. 33 pitches. Inning in a third. 3 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. All 3 runs are earned. Steins hits a ground ball to short. Wilson over to first. Johnson's there. 2 out. Braves and Phils tomorrow at noon Eastern. Lou Merlone singled and scored. Since you know where we are on the calendar, we won't dwell on September 11th. But the famous Braves-Mets game in which Piazza hit the big home run is on a Friday night. And that is scheduled to be on the channel. I would have done the game anyway, but it's a regular game. So after this, they'll take the week off. We won't. And when we come back tomorrow, it'll be September 17th, the first day of baseball after the attacks. Merlone singled and scored. His first time up, that's a base hit. In fact, that's going to be extra bases. Williams throws that into third. He should have made that play, and Merlone has his 7th double. So here's Izzy. 2 out. Struck out his first time up. Runner on second, Merlone. Alcantara hits a ground ball to first. Johnson in the bag himself. And that will retire the side. Red Sox get a hit, and that's it. After an inning and a half, it's 3-1 Boston. So Nick Johnson, Alfonso Soriano, and Enrique Wilson to face Nomo here in the second. Nick at 219 with an RBI. They were hoping he'd be the Yankees' first baseman of the future. He could just never stay healthy. Pitch to Johnson. Slow chopper to Merlone. Lou didn't get a good throw off, and Johnson's on with a single. Johnson has my speed, so that was really a bad throw by Merlone. Here's Soriano. Alfonso at 242, 11 homers and 59 RBI. Nomo deals. Struck him out. Soriano looked at a 1-2 splitter. So 1 out. Johnson a double play candidate for sure. Here's Enrique Wilson. Enrique over from the Pirates at 231, no homers and 14 RBI. Struck him out. Nomo got him to chase a 1-2 fastball. So the opening 9 for Nomo, 41 pitches, an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, an earned run. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. The run belongs to Chuck Knobloch, who singled and scored to start the ballgame. 2 out, and Knobloch draws the walk. So here's Randy Velarde. He walked his first time up. Nomo has now walked 3. Got him! Bernie smiling some more. Got him looking. And the Yankees have now left on 4. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 2, 3-1 Boston. Yeah, no, Jamie. I think Jamie would be wanting to stray away from using as played more if the computer could manage usage in these games better. It's not picking on Action PC, but run off a season with no as played lineups. No, they're not pretty. They aren't pretty. We did half a season of as carded in Stratford, the 77 Red Sox. That's a challenge and a half, because you're limited to the 24 or 26 players that they give you. And the 77 Red Sox pitches about as well as I do. Here's Manny Ramirez. Single and scored his first time up. If anyone's ever wondered why I do as played for these, because we just kind of parachute into games. We don't necessarily take one team and run them. And so it's just easier to do what the lineups would have been on a given day. It's just like if you were watching the old game of the week. Pitch to Ramirez. Laces that one in the left center field past Bernie. Knobloch should have had that one. Manny has the after burners on, and that is a double. Bernie, in 5 years, I have never changed the lineup, and I have no intention of changing the lineup. Good, bad, or indifferent. Not saying that you're wrong if you do. It just, we do these as played and let the chips fall where they may. Because if I do it for, you get a game like today where you probably have 3 or 4 games between teams in contention. Bichette, by the way, had a 2-run single in the first, his first time up. Pettit deals. Bichette hits a ground ball to third. Velarde over to first. Ramirez will stay, and that's an out. But Bernie makes the point, you'd have to do it for every team, not just the ones there. And that's too much like work. And if you go through the 4 finish replays that we've done, most of the teams that made the playoffs have made the playoffs. It's not exactly perfect, and you don't want it perfect. You want room for the 78 Rangers. Troy O'Leary has an RBI. He's 0 for 1. The 82 Expos, which won the World Series. O'Leary. Ground ball to Johnson. And Nick will take it to the bag for the out. So the Red Sox, as Ramirez goes to third. 2 out here in the third for Hillenbrand is 0 for 1. So you just let it ride. It gets tricky this time of year. But again, as Barney says, you change it for one, you got to change them for them all. Struck him out. So Pettit is through 3. No runs. A hit and no error. As we go to the bottom of the third, the Red Sox 3, the Yankees 1. Yes, and Jamie's right. You don't want to do that. And again, if I don't like a lineup that the AI sets up, if I change it for one, I have to change it for everybody. And so we just let it go. Jamie says, setting up replays kind of remind of in football, the ref guess where the spot is, and then they bring out the chains to get some kind of exact measurement. Here's Bernie Williams. Bernie is at Walker's first time up. Ground ball to third. Hillenbrand over to Alcantara for the out. 1 away. And you never know. I mean, the Red Sox certainly are overperforming with their chunky-dunky lineup. Remember, no Pedro, no Nomar, no Veritek. Yet here they are in contention in September. Here's Tino Martinez. He's 0 for 1. And then it kind of also things, when it comes to this type of replay, you don't want to get in a case where you're rooting for teams to win. Everyone has a chance at the start of the season. You don't want to put the thumb on for one team, regardless of what you think of said team. Pitch to Martinez. Tino hits a fly ball left field. O'Leary makes the catch. 2 out. The closest I come to that is just managing the Red Sox every time that they're on. Good, bad, or indifferent. David Justice has an RBI. He's 0 for 1. Drove it in a run in the first. 3-1 Boston. 2 out, bottom of the third. Lines 1 to Hillenbrand at third, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4, 3-1 Boston. So Mirabelli is 0 for 1. He struck out. Andy Pettit starting the 4th. Mirabelli, high fly ball, left field, Knobloch makes the catch. 1 out. It also gives me a good idea of how you run the teams in the playoffs. You try to keep it as close as you can. Obviously, some years we've been able to, if we had chosen to do an as-played lineup, if you had the real-life series. Darren Lewis is 0 for 1. Last year, the Dodgers and the Cardinals being the example. But then you had the Vince Coleman conundrum. He is not going to get run over by a tart machine in a replay. So he played. And then promptly had one of the worst playoffs you could have. But in our universe, he got a ring. Ground ball foul, third base side. A nervous person from Staten Island will make that play. And the count is 0-2. Ground ball to third, this time on the fair side of the line. Velarde throws to first. Jamie says it's not as much of the AI can't make good lineups. In Action PC it does, but it's the usage that goes way off. Even when you set the ranges for how much a player should be used. I honestly play Action PC right out of the box. And I think it works just fine. Here's Chris Steins. He's 0 for 1, a run scored and a walk. Opening 18 for Pettit, 76 pitches, 3 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a walk and 3 strikeouts. Bernie in his 50 replayed using replay. Actual rosters, but not as played because Ted Williams doesn't get hurt at the All-Star break. AI doesn't line up even for the Red Sox. Again, I think it depends on what you're comfortable with. I try to do what is fair for everybody. So whatever I do needs to be that way for all the teams, not just the games that we show. Pitch to Steins. Chris rips this one down the line and left. Knobloch turns and picks it up. Steins going for 2. The throw to Soriano, and Chris has his 15th double of the year. So that's the 6th hit for the Red Sox. Here's Maloney. Lou is 2 for 2. He has single, doubled, and scored. Pettit not throwing a gem here. 3-1 Red Sox, 2 out, top the 4th. Ground ball to third. Velarde. Oh. Throws to Johnson, and that will retire the side. Red Sox do not score. They get a hit. They've left on 5 through 3.5. It's 3-1 Boston. Yeah, I would agree with that, Jamie. If the rosters are kept to actual, so the AI is limited. Up. Scotty heard me sing. So we did that one game. So here are the standings. The Yankees lead the Red Sox by 1. Chicago leads Cleveland by 6. Seattle leads Oakland by 3. By the way, I have an invitation, Scotty, to do the next season of American Idol when they come to Burlington for auditions. Florida leads Philly by 2 in the National League East, and Atlanta by 2.5. Houston 11.5 over Chicago, and San Francisco by 3.5 over Arizona. Everyone outside of Cleveland, Oakland, Seattle, and Chicago have been eliminated in the Central and the West, and Toronto is vastly heading that way in the American League East. Jason Giambi is hitting .351, and that is tied with Ichiro for the lead in the American League. Giambi, actually, you know what? He's having a triple crown year. 42 homers and 133 RBI. So Posada, Johnson, and Soriano here in the 4th. Jorge is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Nomo starts the 4th. Fly ball to right. Bichette makes the catch. Yeah, good race in the Triple Crown categories. Nick Johnson singled his first time up. Nomo deals. Left side, opposite way. O'Leary, 2 out. Here's Soriano. He's 0 for 1. He's struck out. One of the 4 that Nomo has. Chopper to first. Alcantara takes it to the bag. How can you be a 1 at first? And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 5th here at Yankee Stadium. Second game of this doubleheader. Red Sox 3, Yankees 1. So it'll be Izzy, Manny, and Dante here in the 5th to face Pettit. Izzy is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Pettit starts the 5th. Strike 3. They are mowing the lawn. I can smell it. Andy got him to swing and miss on an 0-2 curve as the smell of grass fills the room, and it's not that grass. Here's Manny. Manny has singled. 2 for 2, singled and doubled, and a run scored. Mike from the truck having intermittent issues with the stream. Anyone else having trouble with the visuals? I know outside it's tricky. Speak for yourself. Andy deals. Ramirez pops it up right side. Johnson to the camera well, and that is out of play, and somebody from Brooklyn will make that catch. Here's Manny with an 0-2 count, and he deals. It's a high fly ball, left field, Knobloch back in the corner. It's a big old ballpark, and Chuck will make the catch, 2 out. For Dante Bichette, and that 2-run single in the first, now has driven in 49 on the year. 3-1 Red Sox, 2 outs, top the 5th. Bichette, opposite way, down the line and right. Justice throws it back in. Bichette's a hustling to throw to Wilson, and Dante is in there. His 30th double of the year. 2 outs for O'Leary. Troy is 0 for 2. I was being polite. The line that Scotty was giving me trouble with wasn't Mike's. It was my interpretation of what kind of grass I could smell. That was it. Pitch to O'Leary. Gets away from Posada, and Bichette moves to third. So a wild pitch from Andy in a 1-1 count. Red Sox up 3-1. Top the 5th. Got him, and that'll be halfway home. So a strikeout on a swing and a miss. Red Sox leave a runner on. No runs, a hit, no errors. Halfway home, game 2 on a beautiful sunny day here in Burlington. It's the Red Sox 3, the Yankees 1. Well, you joined us late. It's the second half of our doubleheader, the fourth quarter, if you will. The White Sox won the opener in Saturday's game over the Indians in 10. The Red Sox lead the Sunday game over the Yankees 3-1. Red Sox win this one. The American League East is tied up. Red Sox got 3 in the first. Dante Bichette, a 2-run single to make it 2-0. Troy O'Leary with a fielder's choice to make it 3-0. In the bottom of the first, David Justice with a fielder's choice to make it 3-1. 3-7-0 for Boston. 1-2-1 for the Yankees. Hideo Nomo, you should have audio. Everyone, it's a running joke with Verizon. Can you hear me now? Let me see. Do we have audio? Yep. I hear audio. Nomo, a 2-hitter through 4. A run, it was earned. I'm watching to see if anyone else is having audio trouble. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts for Nomo. Andy Pettit, 7 hits through 5. 3 runs, all earned. A walk and 5 strikeouts. Does someone want to tell me they can hear me? He has thrown 97 pitches. It'll be Wilson here to start the 5th. Yep, Bernie can hear me. Okay. Enrique Wilson has struck out his first time up. Nomo starts the frame. Popped up. Mirabelli doffs the mask into foul territory and will make the catch 1 away. For Knobloch, Chuck has a single and a run scored and a walk. To be fair, I don't know what gets served on the mobile when I hit the button for the ad break. But I go silent for those 30 seconds so you can hear the ad. It's important that I get that penny, because that's how much I get per ad, is 1 penny per view. Here is Knobloch. Chuck 1 for 1, a run scored and a walk. So Nomo opening 18, 81 pitches, 4 1/3. 2 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Sometimes I wonder if the people at Twitch just get tired of me being kind of schizophrenic with the play-by-play call here. Pitch to Knobloch is a ground ball to Steins. Throws it over to first for the out. A penny for my thoughts. That's about how much they're worth, Jamie. You do hear me take a drink, because whatever I'm drinking is right next to my microphone. And if you're listening with headphones, I remember when Lorenzo was with us, he could always tell, you're taking a drink. Yes. You can't talk for an hour straight with not being able to do something. Randy Velarde, by the way, has a walk and a strikeout. So 2 outs, nobody on here in the 5th. Nomo winds and fires, and Velarde draws the walk. So Nomo's control has not been pinpoint. That's his 4th walk. And Velarde is a huge threat to steal. Bernie Williams is 0 for 1 with a walk. Throw to first. And Velarde is back. Now we're going to pitch out. Velarde doesn't go anywhere. And it's a 1-ball count. Even a bite of my Diablo sandwich. I maybe once in a great while. That is a subscriber-only benefit. Yes, it is. To hear me slurp down drinks while everyone else watches the ads. I normally don't eat when I'm doing this. I either have my lunch before or after. Today it was before. It was lunch meat and pepper jack cheese. 1-0 to Bernie. Gets away from Mirabelli, and Velarde just takes the base. So technically it's a wild pitch, but Velarde was moving. So 2-0 fastball missed downstairs, or 1-0 fastball missed downstairs. So Bernie with 2 out here in the 5th. Tying run at the plate. Got him. Nomo fought back and got him to swing and miss. So that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Yankees leave on a runner. After 5, it's still 3-1 Boston. So Hillenbrand, Mirabelli, and Lewis to face Pettit. See, the things you get when you're a sub to this channel. All 6 of you. Shea is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. You get to hear me slurp beverages during the commercial breaks. And you could use some emotes. Pitch to Hillenbrand. Struck him out. That's 6 for Andy. 2-2 curveball. Got him swinging. And now I'll bring up Mirabelli. Doug is 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Andy deals. That's a base hit into left field. Knobloch will grab it. Mirabelli with my speed is going to hold it first. 8th hit for the Red Sox. 3-8-0 for Boston. They've left on 6. A run on 2 hits and an error, and the Yankees have left on 5. Darren Lewis is 0 for 2. That's up the middle for a base hit. Pettit got the glove down and put it down late, and Enrique Wilson could not make the grab. So that's it for Pettit. We got a pitching change. This game is coming to you from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Yes, I know Ramiro Mendoza is now pitching. You want to know about him. Ramiro making his 54th appearance. He is 9-4 with 7 saves and a 3.34 ERA. He's 29 years old. He throws a changeup at 80, a fastball at 86, and is a standard pitcher. His last outing 5 days ago against Toronto, where the Blue Jays just lit him up. 2/3 of an inning, 22 pitches, 4 hits, 3 runs all earned, and 2 strikeouts. 113 1/3 innings for Mendoza, 99 pitches, 44 runs, 42 earned, 11 home runs allowed, 27 walks, and 87 strikeouts. So first and second for the Red Sox, 1 out for Chris Steins, who was 1 for 2, a double, a run scored, and a walk. Mendoza deals. Steins into shallow right center. Williams rides the Schwinn. Bernie makes the catch, and everybody's got to move back. Mirabelli on his pogo stick. Wasn't going to go for third. 2 out for Merloni. Lou is single, doubled, and scored. Slow ground ball to Wilson. Enrique scoops it, throws to Johnson at first, and that will do it for the Red Sox. They get no runs on 2 hits. They've left on 8. After 5.5, it's the Red Sox 3, the Yankees 1. So Martinez, Justice, and Posada to face Nomo. It's giving me the fatigue warning as we start the 6th. Don't make me leave this to the Red Sox pen for too long. Tino is 0 for 2. Gets away from Mirabelli on strike 3, down to Alcantara. And for Nomo, that's his 6th strikeout. David Justice is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI. In the right center, back goes Bichette. The crowd likes it, so does Dante. He'll make the catch, 2 out. And that'll bring up Posada. Jorge is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And Jorge draws the walk. 5th walk for Nomo. For Nick Johnson, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Mirabelli and Nomo have a word. They change around the signs as Johnson draws the walk, and this is the wrong time if you're a Red Sox fan for Nomo to lose the script. Alfonso Soriano is 0 for 2. He is struck out. Nomo has walked 6 while striking out 6 with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. Got him. So Nomo has fanned 7. And after 6, no runs, no hits. The Yankees have left on 2 more. It's the Red Sox 3, New York 1. So Alcantara, Manny, and Bichette to face Mendoza here in the 7th. Izzy is 0 for 3. He has fanned twice. And he goes down again as Mendoza got him to chase a changeup. So here's Manny, 2 for 3, a single, a double, and a run scored. Got him. So Mendoza has a good morning and a good afternoon. An 0-2 changeup that Manny chased. Or Bichette. Yeah, Manny chased. Here's Bichette. Dante, single, double, and is driven in 2. That came in the 1st on a single. And Bichette draws the walk. So 1 on, 2 out for O'Leary here in the 7th. Troy is 0 for 3. Mendoza deals. High fly ball, right center field. Bernie will track that one down, and it's stretch time, 3-1 Boston. So we'll let Nomo pitch to Wilson. Enrique is 0 for 2 in a strikeout. Then Knobloch and Velarde here in the 7th for the Yankees. 3-1 Red Sox, who are 9 outs away from a flat-footed tie in the American League East. Chopper to Alcantara. Izzy takes it to the bag. 1 out. So Nomo has faced 27 batters on 119 pitches, 6 1/3. 2 hits, 1 run it was earned. He has walked 6 while striking out 7. Knobloch 1 for 2, a single, a run scored, and a walk. Got him. That's 8 for Nomo. An 0-2 fastball got him looking. And so here's Velarde, who has walked twice and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Randy over from the Rangers. And they want to make a change. So Scott Brocious will come into pinch hit. He does not have a pinch hit. He's hitting .282 overall. 9 homers and 34 RBI. High fly ball. Left center field. Oh, well back there. And O'Leary off the wall. O'Leary thought it was going to go. It clipped the top of the wall. And Brocious is on with a double. And Nomo's day is done. And it's going to be switchy lefty. Casey Kasem coming in to pitch. That's Casey Fossum, as a matter of fact. Fossum, a lefty, because on deck is Tino Martinez, switchy with Bernie, but Martinez and Justice are lefties. Fossum, 23, slider, fastball at 88, a ground ball pitcher, making his 9th appearance. Or 10th appearance, rather. He is 5-1 with an earned run average of 446. Fossum last pitched on the 5th against the Indians in a 3-2 loss. He started 5 1/3, 81 pitches, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Overall, 36 1/3 innings for Casey, who keeps reaching for the stars while keeping his feet on the ground. 23 hits, 20 runs, 18 earned, 4 homers. He's walked 22 and struck out 16. So, Bernie, the tying run. Brocious on second. Williams is 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Fossum deals, and that's up the middle for a base hit. Brocious, is he going to round third? Lewis has it. Here comes the play at the plate. It's close, but Brocious is in there. So now it's 3-2 on the RBI single by Bernie Williams. So here's Tino Martinez. Tino is 0 for 3 with the strikeout. The Yankees are chipping away at this lead. It's now a 1-run game. Slow bounder to Steins, who throws to Alcantara, and that will retire the side. Jay Wittesick comes in to pitch for the Yankees. They get a run on 2 hits and no errors and leave 1 on. We go to the 8th. It's 3-2 Boston. Wittesick making his 33rd appearance. He is 6-0 since coming over from the Padres on June 25th with a save and an earned run average of .228. Jay is 28, hard slider at 97, and a ground ball pitcher. He faced the Red Sox on Friday, so 2 days ago, in a 14-6 loss and didn't pitch all that well. Inning and 2/3, 33 pitches, a hit, 2 runs, both earned, a homer. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Overall for Jay, 43 1/3, 35 hits, 11 runs, all earned. He's given up 2 homers, 16 walks, and 68 strikeouts. Yankees will take that for sure. Hillenbrand is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Mirabelli and Lewis to follow. The Yankees have cut the lead down to 1. Do I ever eat at Handy's lunch? I have not. Why do you ask? That is a very random question. Pitch to Hillenbrand. There's a ground ball to Wilson. Enrique with a hard throw to Johnson. And Hillenbrand stopped running. 1 out. Mirabelli 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a single. Wittesick trying to keep the Red Sox at bay here in the 8th. Long drive, center field, right center, extra bases. Williams has to go fish it away. Mirabelli into second with a 6 double. So Mirabelli just grooved one in a Bobby Brady sort of way right into the alley and is in the second standing for the 10th Red Sox hit. Here's Lewis, Darren, 1 for 3 with a single. I'm dying to know why you asked that. There are a lot of restaurants in Burlington, and Handy's has been around all 25 years we've been in town. But I've never eaten there. Pitch to Lewis. Struck him out. So 2 away, a 1-2 on the outside half of the plate. Here's Chris Steins. Chris is 1 for 3. Run scored and a walk. The reason why I've never eaten there is that it is a mom and pop place. I was about to say, opened in 1946. That literally is just a counter. Serve good hot dogs there, from what I understand. But it's on the other side of town. So here's Steins. Chris, 1 for 3. So if you're listening at Handy's lunch counter, hi there. Send some food. Chris has doubled his 15th. Run scored. And drew his 9th walk. Mirabelli on second. Steins at the plate. Fly ball, right field. Justice should do justice to that. He does, and that will retire the tie. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 8th here at Yankee Stadium. Red Sox have now left on 10. It's 3-2 Boston. Defensive replacement, Brian Daubach is a 5 at first. And he will bat second in the 9th. Fossum to face Justice Posada and Nick Johnson. David is 0 for 3 with an RBI. And Shane Spencer is going to pinch hit. Shane at 244. 6 overs, a 28 RBI. They can't win too many games leaving 10 on base, but it is the Red Sox. As a pinch hitter, Spencer at 267, a homer and 2 RBI. Fossum starts the 8th with a fly ball left field. Back goes O'Leary. Away back there, and we're tied up. So the Yankees make it a 3-3 ball game. And nope, you don't win many when you leave 10 on. This Red Sox bullpen, to paraphrase Grand Funk Railroad, is some kind of terrible. So on this 85-degree summer day here in New York City, the Yankees have made this a 3-3 ball game. So Fossum is now the pitcher of record for Boston, and so is Whittisek. Posada is 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout, and if the Yankees can get another one here, kind of like Jaws by the beach in Massachusetts, Mo Rivera lurks. And Posada walks. So nobody out. We'll see what the Yankees do with Johnson, who's 1 for 2 with a walk. He stays in the ball game, lines this one to left. O'Leary in the corner, makes the catch. Posada has to run back. Aren't I too young for Grand Funk Railroad? I'm a huge fan of 70s music. I was born in 71. Alfonso Soriano is 0 for 3. Posada average speed at first. You know what the number one song is the week I was born? You know, all the great songs that have come out in pop music history, you know what I got stuck with? Pitch to Soriano. There goes Posada. The throw down to Steins, and Jorge is out stealing. Oh my goodness, what were the Yankees thinking? I'm not sure what Posada was thinking, but he's thrown out trying to steal, and there's 2 out, nobody on for Soriano. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. And no, it wasn't her. So Fossum has been given a gift. Soriano, hard ground ball pass, Daubach. Bichette will dig it out. Soriano going for two. Merloni can't make the tag in time. And now they'll go for Derek Lowe. Pitching change from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. So Derek Lowe making his 51st appearance. He is 9-5 with a 4.33 ERA. He is 28 years old, fastball at 93 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Last pitched on the 4th against the Indians in an 8-6 loss. Went 1/3 of an inning, walked a batter, threw 12 pitches and a strikeout. 79 innings for Derek, 84 hits, 44 runs, 38 of those earned, 6 homers. He's walked 34 and struck out 79. And again, if they can get out of this in a 3-3 tie, you might not see Rivera in the 9th. Wilson is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. So the number one song, The Week I Was Born, throw to second, and Soriano is. Did that go into center field? Bichette's moving in. I think that throw went into center field. I have no idea what's going on here. Everyone's running around. And all that just to tell you that Soriano just beat the throw out. That was not the number one song The Week I Was Born. You ready? Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves by Cher. Pitch to Wilson. Little ground ball to Daubach. Low to the bag. Underhanded to Low, and the Yankees cannot score. Boy, does that, as Mo Rivera comes in, does that caught ceiling by Jorge Posada loom large now. No, 1 run, however, for the Yankees on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 9th. Mo Rivera coming in a 3-3 tie. Mo is 7-2. And the game is on his arm. He has an earned run average of .99. You know what he throws. It's the cutter. He is an extreme ground ball pitcher. He got the save last night, or yesterday, in a 4-3 win over the Red Sox. He went 1 inning, threw 16 pitches, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Overall, Rivera, 63 1/3, 46 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 3 homers. He's walked 9 and struck out 58. If you want to know what the Red Sox have done against him, 6 appearances, 4 1/3, 7 hits, a run, and 4 strikeouts. He is 1-0 with 4 saves. Merloni is 2 for 4. And to look at the Red Sox bench, you have Nixon, you have Offerman, so you do have some options. But we'll go with Merloni. That is not a World Championship bench. Merloni has singled and doubled and scored. Base hit left center field. Knobloch will throw it back in, and the Red Sox had the go-ahead run on. Nobody out here in the 9th. For Brian Daubach at .281. 23 homers, and 66 RBI. The Yankees will have Knobloch, Brocious, and Bernie Williams in the 9th. On a warm day here in New York, 85 degrees, what little wind is blowing out to dead center. Daubach waves it back and forth. Manny Ramirez on deck. Pitch from Mo. Struck him out. You got him, yes, on the curve. Wasn't even the cutter. He's chased it, 1 out for Manny, who was 2 for 4. He is singled, doubled, scored, and struck out. Base hit, left field. Knobloch will pick it up. And the Red Sox had the go-ahead run in scoring position. So Merloni stops at second. Manny on first for Bichette, who has 2 of the 3 Boston RBI today. He has singled and doubled. And walked. He is 2 for 3. And the Red Sox faithful, what few there are here at Yankee Stadium, are making some noise. Ground ball to Nick Johnson. He'll go to Wilson for 1. The throw back to first, and it's a 3-6-3 double play. Oh. No runs. 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at Yankee Stadium. 3-3 the score. So for the second straight game, it's cardiac time here at the ballpark. Knobloch, Brocious, and Bernie Williams to face Derek Lowe. Chuck, 1 for 3. He has a single, a run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. Lowe takes a deep breath. And Knobloch strikes out. He swung on and missed an 0-2 curve. It'll be Brocious. Scott pinch hit and doubled home a run in the 8th. 3 runs, 12 hits, and no errors for Boston. They've left on 11. The Yankees, 3 runs, 6 hits, and error, and they've left on 9. Brocious, it's a ground ball to Merloni. Over to Knobloch, and there's 2 out. The good thing about Lowe is he can go for a while. Here's Bernie Williams. Bernie 1 for 3 with an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. If we go to the 10th, it'll be O'Leary, Hillenbrand, and Mirabelli. Low deals. Struck him out. So a clean inning for Derek Lowe. And a free baseball again on the channel. Does Gardner still wish this went 17? After 9, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Red Sox 3, the Yankees 3. You guys get all the quad a candlestick for staying for 2 hours and 17 minutes. O'Leary is 0 for 4. He has driven in a run, his 50th, and struck out. Rivera trying to get 6 outs. O'Leary, ground ball to Johnson, 1 out. Here's Hillenbrand. Shea is 0 for 4. He has struck out twice. Gets away from Posada on strike 3. The throw down to Johnson, and that's another for Mo. So that brings up Mirabelli. And we will pinch hit. Scott Hatteberg will pinch hit, and that'll do it for Mo Rivera. Mike Stanton coming in. So lefty versus lefty. We got a pitching change. This game coming to you from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. So let's first tell you about Stanton making his 65th appearance, 5-2 the record, a 3.32 ERA, 34 years old, fastball at 92, and a ground ball plus pitcher. He pitched yesterday and Friday against these Red Sox. Yesterday, he got the win in a 4-3 ball game. He went 1/3 of an inning, 10 pitches and a walk. So overall for Mike, 65 innings, 69 hits, 28 runs, 24 earned, 2 home runs, 25 walks, and 66 strikeouts. Nobody on, 2 out for Hatteberg, who'll be the catcher in a moment. Scott at 223, a home run, and 17 RBI. He probably is not pinch hit this year. Ground ball to Soriano. And we go to the bottom of the 10th. Red Sox go clean in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 10 here at Yankee Stadium, 3-3. Heiberg stays in the ballgame. 6 range and a 1 arm. So Martinez, Spencer, and Posada here in the 10th. Tino is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Popped up. Steins by the bag at second. A rainmaker on this sunny day, 1 out. Shane Spencer hit a home run. His first time up, he now has 7 and has driven in 29. Low, well, they want Paul O'Neill will pinch hit. Paul at 230, 24 homers, and 73 RBI. He does have a solo homer as a pinch hitter, 1 for 7, hitting 143. Chopper to third. Hillenbrand has to leap on it. Throws to Daubach, and O'Neill is out on a bang-banger. O'Neill not blessed with Fiat or Ferrari speed, and Hillenbrand is not blessed with a golden arm, but not for naught, there's 2 out. For Posada, who is 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a strikeout. You know, I don't want the 17-inning game to be the second game of a doubleheader after the first one went 10. 2 outs for Jorge, who is 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a strikeout. Got him, and Lowe is through the inning clean. No runs, no hits, no errors. Posada swung on and missed strike 3. After 10, it's the Red Sox 3, the Yankees 3. Bang Bang was another Cher song. Yep. Be Darren Lewis, Chris Steins, and Lou Merloni to face Stanton here in the 11th for Boston. 1 for 4, a single and a strikeout. There are Cher songs I like. I am just not a huge... Imagine that. Oh. Or Activity? The Klingons are coming, Scotty. Here's the pitch to Lewis. Chopper to third. Brocious, who's a 5 out there, throws to Johnson for the out. Paul O'Neill, by the way, a 2 and a 5 and right. Here's Chris Steins. Chris is 1 for 4. Has doubled, scored, and walked. Bernie says he's got 10 more minutes. They'll have to finish it later. Just because it's 1:51 here in the East. But we start the doubleheaders at 11:30. Pitch to Steins. Steins, here's your Bernie. Ground ball, left side, base hit. So the go-ahead run is on. And remember, the Yankees have used up Mo Rivera. So here's Merloni. Lewis 3 for 5. He has singled twice, doubled, and scored. You've seen the best of the Yankee bullpen. Pitch to Merloni. There's a base hit into right field. O'Neill will come in and get it on a hop. And Steins will hold even with 1 out. So first and second for the Red Sox. And Merloni has his 4th hit of the day. And here's Brian Daubach. Ugh, I got a pinch hit, don't I? I do. Calvin Pickering, over from the Reds. Welcome to the Boston Red Sox. On the real year, 280, 3 homers, and 7 RBI. And again, a good reverse split man. Steins on second. He's the go-ahead run. And Merloni is the insurance run on first. 1 out, top of the 11th, and a 3-3 tie. Stanton deals. Struck him out. So 2 out for Manny Ramirez, who is 3 for 5. He has doubled his 33rd. He has scored a run and struck out. The Red Sox, 3 runs, 14 hits, no errors, have left on 11. The Yankees, 3 runs, 6 hits, and an error, and they have left on 9. Posada and Stanton go through the signs. And Manny gets hit. Wouldn't it have just been easier to throw him 4 wide ones? And so now Dante Bichette with the bases loaded and 2 out. And Stanton on the ropes. Bichette, 2 for 4, a 2-run single. That came in the first, a double, and a walk. In a 3-3 tie in the top of the 11th, 2 out. Bichette, ground ball to Stanton, who throws it over to first, and the Red Sox get nothing and have to like it. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. They have left on 14, and if you have trouble winning games leaving on 10, imagine your winning percentage when you leave on 14. It's 3-3. Pickering is going to stay in the ballgame. He's a 4 at first with a 1,000 fielding percentage. It'll be Johnson, Soriano, and Wilson in the 11th for the Yankees as Derek Lowe continues to pitch well. Johnson is 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. Got him. A full count fastball swung on and missed. 1 out. Alfonso Soriano is 1 for 4. He has doubled and struck out twice. Yankees have only had 6 hits. Got him! That's a good morning and a good afternoon from Lowe. A 2-2 fastball swung on and missed, and here's Enrique Wilson, who is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Derek Jeter will pinch hit. So Jeter has not pinch hit this year, hitting .324, 18 homers, and 66 RBI. And if you look over towards the Yankee dugout, there's a young lady, probably about 24, 25, appears to have gone to St. John's University, carrying a gift bag with Derek Lowe's name on it. Scotty says, wow, 12 teams scored 10 runs yesterday in real ball. First time since 1894. Wow. Yep, Bernie, Lowe was a strange pitcher. He could pitch great around periods of being lousy. He has been some kind of wonderful right now. 2 outs here in the 11th. Jeter, base hit left field. O'Leary will pick it up. And the winning run is on for Chuck Knobloch. Chuck is 1 for 4. A single. He has struck out twice, walked, and scored. Lowe throws to first, and Jeter is back. Remember, in 2004, Derek Lowe pitched himself out of the rotation. He barely made the playoff roster. They just needed an extra arm. And in one of the great comeback stories of all time, Lowe was the winning pitcher in the clinching game of the Division Series, the American League Championship Series, and the World Series. And I said that just as Bernie typed that. So, Derek Lowe got his redemption. Pitch to Knobloch, who's 1 for 4. Ground ball to Merlone. Flips it to Steins at the bag at second, and Jeter is retired. No gift bag. Mark Wohlers coming in. We go to the 12th and a 3-3 tie. So Wohlers, in his 10.08 ERA, is 3-1. 25th appearance is coming over from the Reds on July 2nd. So Lowe had his ups and downs for sure. Mark is 31, fastball at 94. A ground ball plus pitcher. He was thrown out of Friday's game. And with this line, you can understand why. He didn't retire anybody. 29 pitches, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned in a walk. And a Lowe probably was pretty steamed at that point. In fact, his ERA jumped from 8.46 to 10.08 in the process. 27 2/3, 38 hits, 31 runs, all earned. He has given up 3 homers, walked 17, and struck out 33. O'Leary is 0 for 5. He has driven in a run and struck out. Ground ball to Johnson, 1 out. Here's Hillenbrand. Shea is 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Red Sox have left on 14. The Yankees have left on 10. 1 out, top the 12th. Got him. So the pitcher with an earned run average of 10 is going to get the side in order, isn't he? So Hillenbrand has struck out 4 times. He took an 0-2 just below the belt for Hatterberg, who is 0 for 1. He came in for Mirabelli last time. Pitch to Scott. Base hit right center field. So Bernie Williams will pick it up. The go-ahead run is on. 2 out for Darren Lewis, who is 1 for 5. He is singled and struck out. Wohlers deals. And Lewis draws the walk. So the go-ahead run is on second. Lewis an insurance run on first with 2 out for Chris Steins, who is 2 for 5 as the Red Sox flip the card. He has singled, doubled, walked, and scored. Wohlers and Posada again change the signs with a runner on second. Steins, a dribbler to short. Jeter, who's a 5 out there, flips to Soriano, and the band plays on. The Red Sox have now left on 16. No runs, a hit, and no errors. I'm getting another cough drop. Bottom of the 12th, it's 3-3. So Lowe, 3 1/3, 50 pitches, still in the ball game. With Brocious, Williams, and Tino Martinez. Brocious is 1 for 2. A double, a run scored. Thanks for watching, Bernie. Really, 2.5 hours is a long time to watch. Brocious says fly ball, left field. Back goes O'Leary. But it stays in the yard, 1 away. Here's Bernie Williams. Bernie 1 for 4. A walk, 2 strikeouts, and an RBI. Ground or line drive, foul, third base side. Somebody from the Upper East Side made that catch. Ball and 2 strikes to Bernie. Struck him out. That's 6 for Lowe. Who do I pick to win the Open? Tino Martinez. I'm not picking. 0 for 5 with a strikeout. Rory's won it, Royal Liverpool. He is so due. So I'm going to go with Rory. I think we lost Bernie. Who do you think's going to win this week? Yep. Pitch to Martinez. Tino in his left center field. Lewis will reach over eventually and make the catch. And that'll do it. We go to the 13th. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 12, it's 3-3. Merlone, Pickering, and Manny here to face Mark Wohlers. But I was about to say, Mr. Go Sox, that it's hard to win in back-to-back weeks. And Rory won up in Scotland last week for his 24th PGA Tour win. The new par 3 17th looks like an interesting hole to watch. Yes, it does. Wonder if it's going to snow. No, they're down in England this week at Liverpool. Or Hoylake, if you will. Lou Merlone is 4 for 6. He singled 3 times, doubled, and scored. Chopper to Jeter, who throws it over to Johnson. Bernie couldn't stand the wait. And Ted Lilly's coming in to pitch, so Mark Wohlers gets through it. retires 4 batters. The Yankees running out of pitchers. Lilly came here on April 22nd, 25 years old, changeup pitcher, fastball at 92, and a fly ball pitcher. His first relief appearance of the season. He's 7-3 with a 4.65 ERA. Welcome back. Your ticket out. Welcome back. His last appearance came when he opened up his cell phone a moment ago. Oh, Ted Lilly's came on August 18th. He went 6 innings against the Mariners and lost 3-2, which is certainly no shame. 96 pitches, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He gave up a homer, walked 1, and struck out 2. So Lilly, again, these were all numbers as starters. 102 2/3, 96 hits, 61 runs, 53 earned, 11 homers, 48 walks, and 91 strikeouts. Calvin Pickering struck out his first time up. Ground ball to Jeter. Over to Johnson, 1 out. So if you were, well, maybe, can Pickering beat it out? No, he's out. So if this comes up as an immaculate grid between the Red Sox and the Reds. Yeah, we try to do mostly a radio call anyway, Bernie. You can use Calvin Pickering and you'd be right. Here's Manny Ramirez. Manny is 3 for 5. He has singled twice, doubled, scored, and struck out. Top of the 13th, 2 out. Ted Lilly on the hill. Ramirez flies this one to left. Knobloch can't make the catch, and it's a foul ball. So the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the proverbial you're coughing with a cough drop in your mouth. That's not very good, Ron. Ramirez chops one to Brocious at third. Scott with a diving stop. Gets up. Throws to first. In time. And that'll do it for the Red Sox in the top of the 13th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Derek Lowe to face Paul O'Neill, Jorge Posada, and Nick Johnson in a 3-3 tie. Well, the only lefty I've got left is Alan McDill. Yeah, I'm ready for this to end. I wonder if this is we're going to be pushing the longest stream ever. 2 hours and 37 minutes. Do I go with Oogie yet? You don't want to go with Paxton Crawford quite yet. Paul will hit it out here. He has a 3.1% chance of doing just that. The last time I pitched Oogie Urbina, he coughed up a hairball. Pitch to O'Neill in the center field. That'll stay in the yard. Lewis drops it. And O'Neill goes into second. And it's the defense that lets Lowe down. And in comes Oogie Urbina. Oh, man. Urbina, making his 12th appearance, is 0-1 with 8 saves. With a 2.45 ERA. He's 27 years old. Fastball at 95. And a fly ball pitcher. Not quite enough wind. Actually, it's blowing out to center at 4. He pitched on the 7th, so Friday night against the Yankees in that 14-6 win. 2/3 of an inning, 9 pitches, and 2 strikeouts. 11 innings all told since coming over from Montreal on August 1st. For Tomooka, by the way. 8 hits, 3 runs all earned, a walk, and 10 strikeouts. Hawk number 2 is Posada. They will try to get Nick Johnson here to ground into a double play or strike out. Nick is 1 for 4, a walk and a strikeout. That's into shallow left center. Lewis running in, rides a Schwinn, makes the catch. O'Neill, that's going to be too shallow for him to move. And now, here's Soriano, who was 1 for 5 with a double, 3 strikeouts, has driven in 6 game winners this year. First and second, bottom of the 13th, the 3-3 tie. If you believe the Red Sox still have a little lady luck in them, Bichette, O'Leary, and Hillenbrand in the 14th. There goes O'Neill. The throw down to Hillenbrand is not in time. So the winning run moves to third. And again, you'll take two. That is a gutsy call from the computer. O'Neill does have 22 steals now, so, yep. So Urbina, again, deep breath, kicks and fires, struck him out. 95, 6-mile-an-hour fastball swung on and missed. And now, that gift bag now has had Derek Lowe's name crossed off it, and Oogie Urbina. Dave does it. And Jeter will do what Jeter does, is what I'm being told. Jeter singled his first time up. So 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 13th inning in a 3-3 tie. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, foul. No! Fly ball, left field in the corner. Makes the catch. O'Leary makes the catch and the band plays on. The Yankees, no runs, no hits. They leave on 2. The error does not hurt. We go to the 14th. The chalkboard didn't get it, but it was a fly out to left. It's the Red Sox 3, the Yankees 3. These two teams have combined to leave on 28 runners. Bichette is 2 for 5. He has singled, doubled. He drove in 2 about an hour and a half ago. He chops this one right over Soriano for a base hit. So that's a leadoff single for Bichette. O'Leary is 0 for 6. Mike Lansing will pinch hit. Mike, as a pinch hitter, 267, a homer, and 4 RBI. I think even the chalkboard's tired after 2 hours and 42 minutes. Overall, Lansing at 261, 11 homers, and 46 RBI. What was the Temptation song? Ball of Confusion. And the band played on. They play for the bunt. We're not doing that. He's here to swing. Popped up left side. Jeter. A rainmaker on this sunny summer afternoon. 1 out. Shea Hillenbrand has struck out 4 times. He's 0 for 6. Going to drop one down. He does. Lilly goes to first, and they convert the bunt. So Bichette moves to second for Scott Hatteberg. Lefty versus lefty, 1 for 2 with nobody left. It'll be Knobloch, Brocious, and Williams for the Yankees in the 14th. Lilly fires. Hatteberg fouls it off Posada's mask. Hatteberg makes sure he's okay. It is a warm day to be in the irons. Hatteberg pops it up. Jeter calls for it and makes the catch. And after 13 and a half, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, the Red Sox have left on 17. It's Boston 3, New York 3. So Knobloch, Brocious, and Williams. Chuck is 1 for 5. A run scored, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. This is our 24th inning today. The game insists I have 9 fielders. Nixon a 2 and a 7 and left. You know it's been a long game when Scotty's rooting for the Yankees. Well, if you've been with us for the last 2 hours and 45, thank you so much. Knobloch 1 for 5. He has scored, walked, and struck out twice. Ground ball to Steins. Over to Pickering, 1 out. So Nixon, Lewis, and Bichette in the outfield. Hillenbrand, Merlone, Steins, and Pickering in the infield. Hatterberg and Urbina, the battery. Brocious is 1 for 3. A double and a run scored. Struck him out. So here's Bernie Williams, 1 for 5. He has singled, driven in a run, walked, in 3 strikeouts. If we go to the 15th, Miska Muska Musketeer, Lewis, Steins, and Merlone. Urbina trying to slam the door again. Line drive over Pickering, and the winning run is on. Bichette throws it back in, a 2-out single from Bernie Williams, and that'll bring up Tino Martinez, who is 0 for 6 with a strikeout. So Alan McDill, the lefty, will come on in. McDill is 29. He came up August 25th. He is a fastball pitcher at 94 and a ground ball plus pitcher. His 10th appearance, he has no record and an earned run average of 235. He pitched in that 14-6 win Friday night here in New York. 2/3 of an inning, 16 pitches, a walk and a strikeout. So overall for Allen, 7 2/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A home run, that came against the Yankees at Fenway on September 2nd. He has walked 2 and struck out 10. The winning run on first. Martinez is 0 for 6. Line drive, left center. Lewis has it scored away, and we go on. You can't have a rainout. You will get a 15th inning. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 14, it's the Red Sox and Yankees, 9-3. So assuming this game started at 1 o'clock or 1:05 Eastern Time, it is now 6:30 on the evening of September 9th. This game has taken 5 hours and 24 fake minutes, and it feels like it's taken 5 hours and 24 minutes. Aaron Lewis is 1 for 5. He has singled, walked, and struck out. Lilly starts the 15th. Base hit left field. So the go-ahead run is on. Endless Summer Nights by Richard Marx. I saw him in concert here in Burlington. Comes to, remember? Yep. A great song. I'd play it, but I get dinged by the YouTube gods if I do. Chris Steins is 2 for 6. He has doubled, singled, scored, and walked. Steins gets hit. So it's first and second, nobody out for Lou Merlone, who is 4 for 7. Has singled 3 times, doubled, scored. And he's not going to bunt here. 3-3 the score. Lilly throws to second, and Lewis is back. Merlone into left field. Knobloch will make the catch. Lewis goes back to the bag. and isn't going to be a coin flip. 1 out for Pickering. Calvin is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He's hit left field. Lewis is going to round third, maybe. Knobloch. And Lewis is going to hold. So they are loaded with 1 out for Manny Ramirez, who has singled twice, doubled, scored, and struck out. And everybody's coming in a 3-3 tie, 1 out, top of the 15th inning. Lilly deals. Ground ball to Jeter, who goes to the plate, and Lewis scores! He beat it out, and the Red Sox go ahead 4-3. The Yankees did the right thing. They played in, and Lewis was off like a shot the second Ramirez made contact. Now a double play gets the Yankees out of the inning. They play back for Bichette, who is 3 for 6. He has singled twice. In fact, had a 2-run single in the first. And his 30th double. O'Neill, Posada, and Johnson for the Red Sox, or for the Yankees in the 15th. You need another run if you're the Red Sox. Bichette gets away from Posada, and Steins will score. Now it's a 2-run lead on the wild pitch by Lilly. And a 3-0 count to Bichette with Nixon on deck. And now you're not going to get a double play. And they walk Bichette, which is a smart thing to do. And here is Trot Nixon, who came in for Troy O'Leary in left field. He's hitting .297, 32 homers, and 88 RBI. He has a grand slam this year. Posada and Lilly. Posada had a dinner reservation at 5 at Toot Shores. Pitch to Nixon, walked him, and it's another run in. Pickering will score, and now it's 6-3. Sterling Hitchcock comes in to pitch. Hitchcock, his first relief appearance, he is 0-4 with an 8.17 ERA. Over from the Padres on the 30th of July. He is 30 years old. Change-up, fastball at 84, and a ground ball pitcher. He took the loss on the 3rd against Toronto in a 4-3 ball game. 6 2/3, 111 pitches, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned, a home run. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Overall, 36 1/3, 54 hits, 35 runs, 33 earned, 5 homers. He has walked 16 and struck out 21. And if you've hung in here, my goodness, thank you so much. Hillenbrand is 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts. Ramirez on third, Bichette on second, Nixon on first, in a 6-3 ball game here in the 15th. Hillenbrand, ground ball to third. Brocious, Soriano for 1, Johnson for 2. So Hillenbrand, this will be a game he long will forget. But we go to the bottom of the 15th, and the Red Sox have a stranded 19, but have a 3-run lead. It's 6-3. So McDill will face O'Neill. Paul is 0 for 2 with a stolen base, his 22nd. McDill starts the inning with a fly ball center field. Lewis makes the catch, 1 out. For Posada, who was walked 3 times and struck out twice. Fly ball, left field. Nixon. Off the wall. Posada has a double as Nixon goes into third. They'll let McDill pitch to Nick Johnson, who was 1 for 5. A walk, a strikeout, and a single. McDill delivers. Right back up the box, throws to Pickering, and the Yankees are down to their last chance. They need 3 to tie and 4 to win, and it's Alfonso Soriano, who was 1 for 6. McDill looks to the dugout, says he's fine. Soriano has doubled and struck out 4 times. I'm almost done. Okay. Though I started this at 11:30. It is now 2:24. So McDill trying to get one more out. Delivers. Line drive center field. And Lewis will make the catch to win the ball game. Oh, wait. No, he's going to dive. Nope. He leaves it in front of him. And nope, the game's still going on. As Soriano got there, Lewis, they're going to try and score. Posada rounds third. Lewis to the plate. No, sir. It bounces in at 6-4. So who have they got to face Derek Jeter? With 2 out, Jeter the tying run. If Jeter hits a home run here, I'm going to throw up. Timmy Wakefield. The Red Sox pen is spent. Wakefield 4-3, 2 saves, a 3.97 ERA. He's 34. He throws a knuckler and is a ground ball pitcher. He does have 2 saves. He was ejected on Friday here in New York after 1 pitch. He must have hit somebody. 113 in the 3rd innings for Timmy. 107 hits. 54 runs, 50 earned, 7 home runs. He's walked 59. He has struck out 109. Jeter is 1 for 2 with a single. Throw to first, and Soriano is back. Pitch out. Soriano stays. So 1 ball count to Jeter. 6-4 Red Sox. 2 out. Bottom of the 15th. Wakefield deals. He walked him. So now the winning run is at the plate in Chuck Knobloch, who is 1 for 6. He has struck out twice, singled, walked, and scored. Throw to second to try to get Soriano napping. That's just not going to happen. Base hit right center field. Lewis will pick it up. Soriano, is he going to try and score? They're going to try for the run. The throw to Hatterberg is not in time, and it's 6-5. So Jeter the tying run on second, and Knobloch the winning run on first. And the only good arm is Paxton Crawford, who is making his 13th appearance. He is 3-3 with a 5.64 ERA and a save. He last pitched on the 15th of August. A 9-3 loss to the Mariners. 2 innings, 41 pitches, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 homers, a walk and 2 strikeouts. So Crawford with the tying run in scoring position. 44 2/3, 60 hits, 31 runs, 28 earned, 9 homers, 17 walks, and 41 strikeouts. The tying run is Jeter. The winning run is Knobloch. The last out is potentially Brosius. And the outcome box says 25.6% chance of a run. Crawford. Ground ball to Steins. Over to Pickering, and the Red Sox win it. Unbelievable. And there is a tie on September 9th in the American League East. It took 6 hours and 10 fake minutes for the Red Sox to win this one. 6-18-1 for Boston. Yeah, a 3-hour stream. 5-11-1 for the Yankees. The wife has to go to work. I gotta pee. We're gonna cut it off right here. But I believe that is the record for Retro Sports Network. A 3-hour cruise. A 3-hour tour. Alan McDill, the winner. Paxton Crawford, the save. Ted Lilly, the loss. Braves and Phils tomorrow. We'll see you for that at noon Eastern. So long, everybody.